US President Donald Trump has claimed nearly 5 jets were shot down during recent India-Pakistan clashes that began after the terror attack in Jammu and Kashmir's Pahalgam. Now, speaking to Republican lawmakers at the White House, he yet again claimed that he averted the war from going nuclear between the two nations.
Very proud of. We stopped a lot of wars, and these were serious wars that would have been going on right now. You had India, Pakistan, that was going. In fact, planes were being shot out of there. Four or five, but I think 5 jets were shot down, actually. And Lindsay, that was getting worse and worse, wasn't it? Huh? That was looking like it was going to go. These are 2 serious nuclear countries, and they were hitting each other. India and Pakistan were going at it, and they were back and forth, and it was getting bigger and bigger, and we got it solved through trade. We said, you guys want to make a trade deal? We're not making a trade deal if you're going to be throwing around weapons and maybe nuclear weapons.
Well, after the ceasefire, Pakistan claimed to have shot down 6 Indian jets. India's Chief of Defence Staff, General Anil Chauhan, had dismissed Pakistan's claim, while admitting that many high-tech Pakistani fighter jets were shot down without specifying the exact number.
Red have said it's an
accusation.
India claimed to have crippled Pakistan's air defense by using dummy aircrafts which are designed to mimic real fighter jets. Now, according to the IDRW report, IAF's AI-powered decoy system X-Guard on Indian Rafales misled Pakistani missile systems and confounded their radar. Even Indian decoy drones were used to confuse the Pakistan's air defense system. Now, Trump's fresh ceasefire claims come despite India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi firmly telling him that there was no US mediation. He even reminded him how Pakistan directly engaged with India and requested for a ceasefire. Well, this is the latest that we're getting now. US President Donald Trump has claimed that nearly 5 jets were shot down during the recent India-Pakistan clashes that began after the terror attack in Pahalgam in India's Jammu and Kashmir. Speaking to a Republican lawmaker at the White House, Donald Trump yet again claimed that it was him who averted the war from growing nuclear between the two nations. Well, after the ceasefire, Pakistan claimed to have shot down 6 Indian jets. And India's Chief of Defence Staff, General Anil Chauhan, had dismissed Pakistan's claims back then, while admitting that many high-tech Pakistani fighter jets were shot down without specifying the exact number. Now, India has claimed to have crippled Pakistan's air defence by using dummy aircraft which were designed to mimic real fighter jets. According to the IDRW report, IAF's AI-powered decoy system X-Guard on Indian Rafales had misled Pakistani missile systems and confounded their radar. Even Indian decoy drones were used to confuse the Pakistani air defense systems. It's also important to note that Donald Trump's fresh ceasefire claims come despite India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi firmly telling him that there was no US mediation whatsoever. He even reminded him how Pakistan directly engaged with India and had requested for a ceasefire. Well, this is the latest that we have. In the meeting, US President Donald Trump had claimed that 4 to 5 jets were shot down during the recent India-Pakistan clashes that began after the attack in Jammu and Kashmir's Pahalgam. And when he was speaking to Republican lawmakers at the White House, he yet again claimed that it was him and his administration that had averted the war from going nuclear between India and Pakistan. Well, after the ceasefire, Pakistan had claimed to have shot down 6 Indian jets. India's Chief of Defence Staff, General Anil Chauhan, had dismissed Pakistan's claims while admitting that many high-tech Pakistani fighter jets were shot down without specifying the exact number or giving further details. Now, India has claimed to have crippled Pakistan's air defences by using dummy aircrafts which were designed to mimic and imitate the real fighter jets. Now, according to the IDRW report, IAF's AI-powered decoy system X-Guard on Indian Rafales had misled Pakistani missile systems and had confounded their radar. Even Indian decoy drones were used to confuse the Pakistan's air defense system. And for more on this, we're being joined live by Captain Alok Bansal from New Delhi. He's the Director of India Foundation and Executive Director of South Asian Institute of Strategic Affairs. Thank you so much, Captain Bansal, for joining us on the broadcast.
Thank you so much.
Captain, President Trump has claimed that 4 to 5 jets were shot down during the India-Pakistan conflict in May, but he did not specify whether the jets were lost by either of the two countries or whether he was referring to the combined losses by both sides. Now, how do you assess this ambiguity and its potential implication?
See, firstly, we should be very clear that this is just a statement which does not signify anything. During the conflict, many airfields in Pakistan were damaged by Indian Air Force, including some hangars. We really don't know how many aircraft were destroyed inside those hangars. Apparently, India also lost some aircraft because DG Air Ops during his press briefing said that yes, losses are a part of war and nobody has ever specified the details. So obviously, there have been some losses on both sides, but there is no doubt that the losses in Pakistani side were far more severe and far more authenticated, because Indian Air Force actually gave out the satellite pictures of all the targets that were hit. And it was very clearly evident that hangars in Bolari camp or runways in Jacobabad or Noor Khan Air Base, they were clearly targeted, and there were pictorial evidence to support what Indian Air Force was claiming. Pakistan has unfortunately not been able to claim anything, though they have been claiming that 5 jets were shot dead or 6 were shot dead. That's what their claim is. But Pakistan has been claiming so many things. They have destroyed Patriot missile batteries. They have talked of attacks on various air stations where nothing happened. Not even a shred of evidence was there to support what Pakistan was claiming. So President Trump's statement, maybe he's, I think, talking about what he has received from various intelligence agencies or what the Pakistanis have sold on to him, because of late, as you know, he hosted General Asim Munir, now the Field Marshal, in his White House. So maybe he's either talking about his statement, and whether he's talking about Pakistani losses, because he would have known about Pakistani losses, because some of those aircrafts maybe have 16, which the US has supplied and which US comes to know if there is any loss. So that's quite feasible. But as of now, there is no clarity. But as I said, losses are a part of game. And there is no doubt that whatever India has claimed, India has given evidence to the global community.
Absolutely. Right, Captain Bansal. And during the same event, we know that Trump once again claimed that it was his administration that prevented an India-Pakistan war through trade. And this is despite PM Modi explicitly contradicting this. Now, is this part of Trump's broader pattern of positioning himself as a global peacemaker, or is this persistence motivated by something else altogether, according to you?
See, President Trump has a very episodical memory and episodical statement-making habit. So he makes habit, and as of now, he wants to show for his domestic audience that he can bring any conflict to completion. And in fact, that's what he has been claiming. He claimed that he got Iran-Israel war stopped. He's claimed that he's bringing Gaza conflict to halt. When he had come to power, he said Russia-Ukraine war will be ended. And he's claiming this, and unfortunately, the statement about India-Pakistan ceasefire, the first information that people got was from his tweet, though the ceasefire came into being because Pakistan approached Indian DGMO, and we both agreed. But before we could advertise it, I think he proclaimed to the world. So that's his habit, and he would continue to do so. So this is something which we'll have to accept, that in Trump administration, President Trump could give any statement at any time, whether it is based on facts, whether it's based on his presumption or conjecture.
Right. Thank you so much, Captain Alok, for joining us on the broadcast and sharing your perspective with us.